So as promised before, our Hanbok theme goes on. Hanbok is gaining attention not only as Korea's traditional attire, but also as a form of art and cultural content. Hanbok Reborn as Art is an exhibition running in the Philippines that introduces the Korean aesthetic and traditional culture embodied in Hanbok through contemporary art. Today, we're connecting with Kim Joohyun, Event and PR Officer at the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines, to learn more about the exhibition. Hello, Joohyun. Welcome.
Hi, Joohyun.
Hi, Soa. Hi, Bella.
Thank you for joining us on the show today. And let's start with an introduction of Hanbok Reborn as Art. I hear that this exhibition is different from the ordinary Hanbok exhibitions that we would think of.
Yes, that's correct. So to give you a brief introduction about Hanbok Reborn as Art, this exhibition is not simply an exhibition about Hanbok as traditional clothing. So it explores the beauty and cultural meaning of Hanbok through the language of contemporary art. So rather than displaying actual Hanbok garments, which we would usually think of, the exhibition reinterprets elements such as Hanbok's colors, patterns, materials, and silhouettes through paintings, installation, and media art. So for example, traditional colors such as 색동과 오방색 are expressed through contemporary artworks in the exhibition, while materials traditionally used in Hanbok, such as silk, have inspired installation pieces. So for visitors, they can see Hanbok not just as something we wear, but as a source of Korean aesthetics and culture that can continue to be reinterpreted through art today.
Wow, sounds like a definitely interesting exhibition there. So what inspired you to organize the exhibition? And also, could you please tell us what's behind the title Hanbok Reborn as Art?
Well, this exhibition was organized by the Savina Museum of Contemporary Art. It began in Seoul in 2023 and has since traveled to Kazakhstan, Nigeria, and China before coming to the Philippines this year. It will also continue to Malaysia later this year, actually. So for the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines, we found this exhibition especially meaningful because it introduces Hanbok, one of Korea's most representative traditions, through contemporary art. So actually, many Filipinos are already familiar with the Korean culture through K-pop and K-dramas. So we really hope that this exhibition can naturally expand that interest toward traditional Korean culture as well. So that's why we've created the name, or we've stuck with the name Hanbok Reborn as Art.
And looking at the pictures right now, I think it's really beautiful seeing how the visitors in Hanbok are looking at the art pieces. That itself looks like an art piece as well, like a very artistic scene. But Joohyun, what aspects of Hanbok have felt most new or striking to Filipino visitors? Are there maybe any particular colors, shapes, or patterns that have caught their attention? And when comparing Hanbok with traditional Filipino clothing, are there any similarities or differences that visitors find particularly interesting?
I think the colors and silhouettes of Hanbok are particularly striking for Filipino visitors. And there are actually some interesting similarities with traditional Filipino clothing and Hanbok as well. So for example, in the Barong Tagalog, or the Filipino traditional clothing, delicate materials, embroidery, and patterns are also used to express a distinct Filipino aesthetic. Hanbok, on the other hand, also creates its own sense of beauty through its colors, such as I mentioned, 색동과 오방색, as well as its distinctive lines and silhouettes. So although Korean and Filipino traditional clothing are quite different in appearance, both use elements like color, material, and patterns to express the cultural identity. So I think it's very interesting that visitors can both discover the similarities and differences and see Hanbok from a new perspective, while, as what you've mentioned, Ms. Soa, is that they can also try the Hanbok themselves.
Wow. And out of the artworks, so which artworks or parts of the exhibition have attracted the most attention from local visitors there? And also, are there any particular or memorable reactions or episodes that you'd like to share with us?
You might have been able to see it through the video a while ago, but one of the artworks that received a particularly memorable reaction was the artwork by artist Lee Jung-geun. So from a distance, it looks like a regular pattern But when you get closer, you can discover details inspired by traditional dance, costumes, and movements. So a fun thing is one of the visitors actually told us that what they found most interesting was how the different artworks looked different from a distance compared to when they viewed it up close. And another popular work was a lenticular piece by Lee Don-ah, where the image changes depending on your viewing angle. So visitors often move around in front of it to see the image transform. So that was actually a very interesting to see. So these reactions show that visitors are not only enjoying the theme of Hanbok, but also enjoying the unique and playful artistic approach of each work.
Right. I think one piece that we just saw was very intriguing because once you got close, you actually could see small people wearing hanbok, and from far, it looks like a nice pattern. But Joohyun, we understand the exhibition also offers interactive programs, including Hanbok Friday, where visitors can wear hanbok while exploring the exhibition, as well as traditional 복주머니, so pouch making activities. So how have Filipino visitors responded to these hands-on experiences?
Yeah, that's right. So Filipino visitors have responded very positively to these hands-on programs. And like you mentioned, Hanbok Fridays in particular sometimes attracts more visitors than usual. So there is already a lot of interest in the Philippines in actually trying on hanbok. So combining that with the experience of wearing the hanbok himself here in the exhibition, it creates an even stronger synergy or connection. On the other hand, the 복주머니 pouch making activity is also popular because visitors can make something themselves that is connected to the exhibition as well. Of course, it takes a little time and effort, but there is a sense of accomplishment when they finish. And I always see they bring their happy smiles together with their new 복주머니s. And they can create this memory together with the exhibition once they visit the KCC here in the Philippines.
Right.
Wow.
And also because pok means good luck.
Of course.
So I guess they're going to bring some good luck from that exhibition to keep with them in their daily lives.
Of course. And also speaking with you, I can already feel that people there are in love with traditional Korean culture. So based on your experience in the Philippines, why do you think Filipino audiences are so interested in traditional Korean culture?
Well, the Philippines, like what you mentioned, Bella, has a very high level of interest in familiarity with Korean culture. According to the 2026 Global Hallyu Survey, the Philippines ranked first among the countries surveyed in several key areas, including favorability toward Hallyu, its popularity, and willingness to recommend it. So many Filipinos first encounter Korean culture through K-pop or K-dramas, but as their interest grows, they naturally become curious about the traditions and everyday culture behind what they enjoy. So that's why I think interest in traditional Korean culture, including hanbok, Korean food, and traditional music, is continuously growing. So Hallyu in the Philippines is no longer just about enjoying Korean content, but it is also becoming an interest in understanding the culture and the traditions behind that content.
I can also imagine that, especially recently after the hit series K-pop Demon Hunters,
yes.
after foreigners watched that one, they got more interested into wearing traditional hanbok, especially with the Saja boys and their kat, the
Right.
traditional Korean hats as well. But Joohyun, for those who haven't visited the exhibition yet, if you could give them just one reason or maybe one or two to check out Hanbok Reborn as art, what would it be?
If I had to give just one reason, I would say it's because you can see how Korean tradition is being reinterpreted through a contemporary perspective. So this exhibition shows that hanbok is not simply a tradition that belongs to the past. It can continue to meet contemporary art and take on new forms. So everyone, if you haven't visited yet, I hope you'll come and experience for yourself how Korean tradition can be reborn as art today. And I think that's the most special thing about this exhibition.
And just finally, before we let you go, Joohyun, so until when can we enjoy the exhibition? I think it's until fall, right?
Yes, that's correct. So you can enjoy the exhibition until September 26th. We're open from Mondays to Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Philippine Standard Time.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Joohyun, for connecting with us today. And we hope that many more visitors in the Philippines fall in love with Korea's traditional hanbok, art, and also other aspects of Korean culture. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you, Bella, as always. So we're going to have you back here soon.
Yes, I'll see you soon.